This thing is skinny like an eel. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hugo Smokes. I'm your host, Hugo, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the El Pulpo from Artesano del Tabaco. This here is a 7x38 Lancero, and these cigars are made at the AJ factory by AJ Fernandez in Nicaragua. This is one of the latest Vitolas released for this line. Exact same blend as the regular El Pulpo, but according to Half Wheel, the wrapper and binder undergo a different fermentation process to bring out more sweetness, which differs from the rest of the Vitolas, right? And this one is called the EEL, obviously because it's a Lancero. And that's pretty much it. I smoked the Robusto Grande maybe last year. Yeah, and I fell in love with that cigar. It was very good for being a darker shade. But let me go ahead and cut it up and just test the draw real quick. Just want to let you guys know if it has a nice draw. A little bit tight, a little bit snug. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this thing up, get into the first third, and be back for my first update. Welcome back. I am at the end of the first third of this EEL. As you can see, the ash standout is no bueno. Burn line is wavy, but barely noticeable since it's a really small ring gauge. So, first of all, less punchier, or way less punchier than the regular El Pulpo, for me at least here at startup. But, you know, just the same as El Pulpo, started off a little bit punchy, then backed off, and mainly on the retrohale. On the palate, started off with a very leather and earth forward profile. Since light up, it's simmered down a little bit. There's a wood medley also consisting of cedar and like a sandalwood, so a little bit spicy, and definitely lingers as a long finish. On the retrohale, mainly picking up a cocoa powder type of note, mixed in with like a sweet, I want to say like a light creamy sweetness and lime zest, and it's also apparent on the finish. And the spice consists of mainly white pepper and cedar spice. So stinging about 45 clicks out of 10, so medium minus, compared to the original Pulpo was like 8 or 9, I believe, at startup. And since then, you know, it simmered down to like about maybe like 2 to 3 clicks, so went down about 2 clicks. So overall, a pretty smooth cigar here in the into the second third. And I do want to mention that the draw is a little bit tight on this one, but it's burning fine. You know, not a babysit cigar, so I could leave it there for a few minutes. You know, as you can see, it's still lit, so when I get back to it, it's gonna burn fine. So yeah, let me go ahead and keep smoking down, and I will be back for my next update. Welcome back at the end of the second third of this EEL, and the burn line cut up nicely, but the ash standout still not good. So, but that's fine. So the spice on the cigar ramped up a little bit now, but the main notes for me on the palate is a strong cedar and a secondary earthy tone. On the finish is very cedary. There's a white to black pepper mix of spice on the palate as well. And on the retro, mainly getting sandalwood and a cedar mix with the white and black pepper finish as well. And then on the finish is black pepper for sure. It's even like a little bit charred. And the retro sting, like I said, increased. So now it's 5 to 6 clicks out of 10. So started off about 5 to 6, came down to like 3 to 4, and then now it's back to like 5 to 6. So dynamic spicy cigar here. So let me go ahead and smoke as far as I can, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this Pulpo, the EEL. Welcome back. So we're at the end of this cigar, but good news and bad news. The good news is review is over. The bad news is that it's not going to be a fair review because the draw got so tight. I got 2 inches and ended up hitting it with the perfect draw and ended up just pulling out all the filler. So I'm basically smoking a Fumas here, which is quite interesting and quite different from the cigar with the filler in it. That's all I gotta say. But you know, I didn't get like a fair assessment of the last third. Mainly, it was just like a little bit of a cedar and black and white pepper, and that's it. But I do gotta say that, you know, the mention of the processing on the binder and wrapper, making it a sweeter cigar, for me didn't happen. In fact, I remember the regular El Pulpo Robusto being a lot more sweeter than this, like a cherry note. Didn't get that on this cigar. So it is what it is. The cigar MSRP's for $16.50. I actually bought this here in California for a little bit more, about $1.50 more, which was surprising, right? So, you know, with this preliminary experience, which is kind of like 2/3 in, I would say this is a single or a double pickup for me. You know, unfortunately, it had a tight draw, so, you know, the whole way through I was massaging it, whatever. So not really a fair assessment, but it is what it is. I know there's some guys that really like this cigar, but yeah, that's my take on it. If you're one of the people that liked it, let me know what you liked about it. If you're the other half that didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like it. And you know, no disrespect to Billy and Gus, we actually had them on the podcast, great guys, but you know, with these Lanceros, sometimes that's what you get. You know, you get the bunching in it is just creates draw issues. So just gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to sub to my channel, to the Smoking Society podcast, and check out the Patreon. I'll catch you guys on the next one.